Today I'm going to show you how to do these really fun, easy daisy flowers. And of course you can use any colors for these flowers and make them truly your own. I'll be using a 5mm crochet hook. You'll also need 3 colors of yarn, one for the flower center, one for the petals, and if you want to make these into a garland, you'll need a color for the garland chain as well. To start, working with the center color of your flower, start with a magic ring and chain 4. This counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. We're going to work a double crochet right into that ring and chain 1. You're going to do this 10 more times. So you want a total of 12 chain 1 spaces. Once you have worked 10 double crochets and a chain 1, go ahead and pull that center closed a little bit, and just to double check, you can count your chain 1 spaces. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then here's our last one. So I've already got my chain 1 here. You want to work into the 3rd stitch or chain from your bottom. So I'm going to put my hook right in there, draw up a loop, and I'm going to stop. You can finish this off and then attach your petal flower color to any of these chain 1 spaces. But for me, I am just going to put the color change right here. I'm going to yarn over with that white and then pull that through to finish my join. Once you have done that, you can slip stitch, or if you have joined directly into one of those chain 1 spaces, slip stitch like that, chain 12. Once you have your 12 chains, you're going to single crochet right back into the same chain 1 space. Just work a single crochet, skip to the next chain 1 space and slip stitch. And you're going to work that chain 12 again and then a single crochet into that same space. Working right back into that same chain 1 space that you slip stitched into, work a single crochet. Find the next chain 1 space, slip stitch, and work another chain. So into every chain 1 space around, you're going to work a slip stitch, chain 12, and then a single crochet right back into that same space. You're going to do that all the way around. On your last petal, you're just going to do the same thing, single crochet into that same chain 1 space, and then to join, you can slip stitch into one of those stitches right there. I'm going to go into that white one and just slip stitch through everything and fasten off. Now you can weave in your tails, pull that center closed, and then you'll have a daisy. So I've gone ahead and made 8 daisies. I'm going to use a chain for my garland string, but you can easily use twine or something and just sew them up through one of the little petals. For the chain garland, I am going to start with a slip knot on my hook, and I'm going to chain 15. At this point, I'm going to slip stitch right into that first chain, and that gives me a little bit of a loop here. Now I'm going to chain 20, once you have your chain 20, you can pick up your first daisy And I am just going to work a slip stitch into the top of one of these little flower petals. So put your hook right in, grab your green yarn or your working yarn, and then pull it through for a slip stitch, and then continue on. Going to chain another 20, another 20, here we go. So you can kind of see if you have a definite right and wrong side to your daisies, which they're virtually identical, especially when they're hanging up, but there obviously is a right side and a wrong side when you're working in crochet. However, again, it's really not noticeable as long as you weave in your ends and cut them really close. For your garland, you want to kind of make sure that you are attaching these so they're all facing the same way. So if you, as you're going along, sometimes it's helpful to hold them up to see which way is going to be the front. So this is the front of mine. I'm going to take another daisy and just work a slip stitch. I'm going to work a couple chains to see how this will hold up, and I've got both of my backs facing the same way. So when I'm stringing them up, the front will be facing forward. So just keep going along, adding each daisy to your chain, and as you're working your chains, make sure that you're not twisting them. So you want to make sure that you're holding them and they're aligning like this and you don't get them twisted. It's really easy to do when you're working a chain garland. Once you've attached your last daisy, work 35 more chains. This is going to give you the 20 chains that you need to space out, and then 15 additional chains so you can create that loop on the other end. So 35 chains total. There's my 20 chains. I'm going to work 15 more. Once you have those 35 total chains from your last daisy, work back into the 15th chain or thereabout and just work a slip stitch. So I counted back, I'm pretty sure that's 15 or close to, and I'm just going to work that slip stitch right back into that chain, and I can fasten off. Once you've fastened off, what I like to do on these little loops is just tie a knot as close to that start of that loop as possible. I'm going to do one more just to be safe, and that will keep the yarn from unraveling on this end. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end, and then our garland is done. I have woven in all of my ends. I've tied up my little loops for the garland string, and I've got a really cute, pretty, fun garland. You can keep them as individual little motifs. You can make them larger by increasing your hook size and make little coasters. The possibilities are truly endless. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.